Hey everyone, I'm Vivi, and this is the third Heartstopper video in a row. Safe to say that this has probably become the main part of the channel now, and I'm okay with that. But today I'm going to be talking about if Charlie is autistic or not. Okay, now some of you will probably disagree with me about this, but you know what? I don't care. In my headcanon, Charlie's autistic. But I'm just going over all the traits that he has, and before I start, I just want to say that a lot of the traits that I'm going to talk about, non-autistic people can also have them, so like obviously it doesn't mean he's autistic, but almost every autistic person I know, at least, has these traits. So, you know, it's kind of like autism's a spectrum anyway. Everyone's different on it. So, you know, we'll see how you feel at the end of this video. But I really do feel like he's autistic. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, the first thing I noticed is that Charlie stims quite a lot. He plays with his, like, jumper sleeve. He, like, you know, bobs his knees up and down sometimes. I think he taps his foot sometimes as well. Could be wrong. But those are usually things autistic people do. I stim all the time, and most of the time I don't even realize I'm doing it. It's really weird and scary. Like, I bang my feet together, and I'm barefoot most of the time, so it sounds really loud. And you'd have to see it to understand it. But, like, I don't even know I'm doing it until it's pointed out, or I hear it, and it's like, what? But yeah, Charlie does stim sometimes, I noticed. But, you know, again, that doesn't mean he's autistic, and I'm not going to say that every segment, don't worry. Also, this one I literally just thought of as I was recording this. So good thing I thought of it. He also has a comfort item, which is his dog plushie. If I look annoyed, go watch my differences between the books and show. But yeah, he has a dog plushie, which he's always cuddling when he's, like, overwhelmed or what's the word, stressed about something. And I do that too. I have a comfort item. It's a monkey. It's on my bed right now. But yeah. I use it for, like, everything. I still talk to it like it's my best friend. It is my best friend. Well, she's my best friend, I should say. But yeah, she is my comfort item, and the dog is Charlie's comfort item. And almost every autistic person I know has one. So, you know, don't know what else you want me to say. I don't know, if you're autistic and you don't have an item though, please do let me know in the comments, because I don't know how you could ever survive for that one. He also gets overwhelmed very easily. Like, very easily. And when, like, he got overwhelmed at, like, the fight that Tao and Nick had, and you thought it was all of his fault. I'll get to that later. And, like, sometimes he shuts down when he's overwhelmed, and it's, like, it's really sad, you know, and I get overwhelmed a lot, too, and I end up shutting down as well. And it is hard, but you know what, you just have to deal with it. I get overwhelmed a bit too easily nowadays, which is, I'm working on that. And, you know, I do relate to Charlie a lot when it comes to that. Don't really know what else to say. I really hope this video is not too short. Also, I forgot to quickly mention how he also wanted to go home at the prom, and at Harry's party he was, like, in the quiet part. So at parties he does get, like, overwhelmed and wants to leave or go in the quiet parts. Which, yes, very much autistic. I don't know why I forgot that, but I remembered it, so it's fine. Also, Charlie gets very obsessive, and I'm going to be doing a spoiler in 3, 2, 1, you've been warned. Charlie canonically has OCD. That is real. That is actually literally said in volume 4 of the books. So yeah, Charlie canonically has OCD. But like, not everyone with OCD has autism, but then every autistic person that I know at least has OCD. If that makes sense, you know? I know it sounds weird, but again, autism's a spectrum. And I don't know why I do this every time I say spectrum. Again, it's a stem, I guess. But, so yeah, he does have OCD. Like, that's canonical. Because, like, you know, he has to always, like, know what he's eating and how much he's eating, because obviously he has an eating disorder as well. Again, I'm not talking about that, though. But yeah, he does have OCD, that's real. And, again, that doesn't mean he's autistic, but it also could mean that. He also does have a couple special interests, kind of like how he's my special interest. But yeah, one of his special interests is playing the drums, obviously. He really loves playing the drums. He also loves running as well. He's a really fast runner. He should really be careful when running, though, since he doesn't eat that much. Ooh, that was dark. And, you know, I don't know if this is a special interest, kind of pushing it, but he loves Mario Kart a lot. In fact, him and Nick dressed as Mario and Bowser for Halloween. I got confused for a second, because he dresses as, the raccoon Mario, you know? So yeah, but yeah, he does. He had the mustache and everything. So yeah, Mario's kind of a special interest a little bit. The drums are 100% a special interest of his, and running as well, kind of. I guess rugby a little bit, but that's more Nick's special interest. You know, if Nick was autistic, which I don't think he is. A lot of people do, though. But that's fine. He also overthinks and feels like he's a burden on everyone, which, you know, I don't know if that's necessarily an autistic trait, but I've certainly felt like that a lot in my life, and sometimes still do to this day, and it's not a nice feeling. Like, you know it's not true deep down, but like, you also can't help really like believe in it as well, you know? Like, sometimes I really do believe I'm just a burden on like everyone around me, but I know deep down that's not true, but it's hard to get out of my head. And Charlie felt the same way. He felt like he was a burden on Nick. He felt like he was a burden on Tao. He felt like he was a burden on his parents. It was really sad. And what was the other one? He overthinks everything, obviously, yeah. Because he overthought everything with Nick about breaking up with him. He didn't overthink everything with Ben, though. That was all, like, he was right about all that. He also overthink... This is another spoiler because it hasn't happened in the show yet, so, again, don't listen to this part, but he also overthinks about when he said I love you to Nick for the first time and thinks it was a mistake. And I'm not going to tell you what happens after that because it's hilarious. And then in the novella, he overthinks about Nick going to university because, you know, he thinks that Nick's going to meet someone else and leave him, which, you know, obviously doesn't happen. It's Nick and Charlie. What do you want me to say? So yeah, he overthinks a lot, and that's definitely something I do a lot too. Okay, this one 100% autistic trait, don't care what anyone says. He isolates himself. And I don't mean in the 2020 way. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, when he was overwhelmed and felt like a burden on Nick, he was also isolating himself from everyone. He wasn't messaging Nick back. He was avoiding him in school and quit the rugby team to avoid him. And even at what's it called, the sports day, when like they were getting their their vests on, their bibs or whatever they're called. Like Nick was about to come up and talk to him, but then he ran away, and that was really heartbreaking, to be honest. Also, I just realized I don't know what photos I'm gonna use in this video. You'll see them right now, but I need to look through them all. But yeah, Charlie does isolate himself. Charlie also goes mute a lot as well. Obviously, like I said, he wasn't messaging Nick back and like avoiding him as well, but which is kind of like also going mute as well. And I think there were times as well when like someone was saying something to him and he wouldn't answer at first, I think. And then there's a lot of times when he doesn't talk either. Oh, and also I just remembered he isolated himself in the art room as well. How could I forget that? Okay, so I had to just put that in there, yeah. So yeah, he goes mute as well, a lot, which I used to do that a lot too. I don't do it as much now, but I used to mute myself for hours, and it was like, I was surprised I could do it for that long. But yeah, it's fine now, it's fine. Okay, the last thing I had to talk about is actually kind of similar to the last two things, but like, yeah, in the season 2 finale, he was acting really reclusive. Sorry, I've never said that word before. He was acting really reclusive around Nick when he was talking about how he used to be bullied, because he put his head in his knees and like tucked into a ball, basically. And again, I'm not going to tell you what he used to do, and I'm not going to talk about the eating disorder, because I don't want to talk about that stuff on my channel, but like, it was really sad, and I understand why he would recluse himself. So yeah, it was totally understandable. And then one of my friends told me that this was when they felt he was like really autistic, you know, which, you know, at least they see it. But yeah, I kind of, it's the same thing as the last point though, now that I think about it. But oh well. Well, that was all the things that I noticed, but if there's anything you noticed that could make Charlie autistic, let me know in the comments down below. Also, I feel like I actually should mention this, but it actually is canon that Tori, Isaac, and James are all autistic. So there are autistic characters in the show, but I like to just make it my headcanon that Charlie is also autistic because of all the things I've said. And plus that makes him more relatable to me as well, so that's good. But yeah, again, let me know what you think of this theory in the comments down below. And please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye!